Sangam, the confluence of India's three sacred rivers, the Ganga, Yamuna and the mythical Saraswati. The world-renowned Kumbh Mela is held here and it attracts millions from far and wide. This holy spot is associated with purity and piety. The sacred waters are the life and soul of the city of Allahabad. The river system is what makes the soil here one of the most fertile in the world, and nobody looked beyond agriculture to earn a living. But slowly, everything disappeared. Not far from the Sangam, in the catchment area of the rivers, the fertile soil became barren. Farmers abandoned the land and gave up hope. Only wild grass grew here for many years, until a miracle happened. Nature's most extraordinary shoot, the bamboo, and man's ingenuity came to the rescue. The story dates back to the 1960s, when farmers in this area began selling their land to brick miners. Brick mining needed fine earth, which was in plenty here. But more than that, for the farmer, it meant quick money. Within no time, 45 brick kilns came up over 4,000 hectares of land. Mining continued unabated for over 40 years. The green earth turned red, temperatures soared, dust storms and cyclones became common. The water table had fallen as low as 40 meters. The microclimate was ruined. At that stage in 1996, a combination of events happened. The Bamroli Air Force Station nearby banned brick mining in the area as the tall smoking chimneys were affecting the sorties. More importantly, two organizations entered the area. INBAR, or the International Network for Bamboo and Rattan, develops, provides and promotes appropriate technologies and other bamboo and rattan solutions to benefit people and the environment. Utthan is a grassroots NGO with the mandate of poverty alleviation and sustainable development. Bamboo is the common link between the two, as a plan to use the fast-growing grass to rehabilitate the land. While Utthan would execute the project, INBAR would provide the funds and technical know-how.
We tried to see, was bamboo an appropriate solution in order to address this particular thing, that is, restore back the ability of that soil to support agriculture, and whether that together with the bamboo that is produced, because bamboo is a perennial crop, lasts for several years, whether they could together form the basis of sustainable livelihoods for the rural people of that area.
To start with, the 4,000 hectares of degraded land were divided into 5 micro-watersheds. The first of these to be addressed was the 106-hectare Kotwa Rahimabad watershed, which was at the head of the catchment area. Here, Utthan acquired 14 acres of degraded land where a nursery was set up to develop mass propagation techniques for bamboo. But why bamboo?
Because of the kind of nature of the plant, it will help to secure the topsoil. Second, it's a surface grower. It grows as a rhizome in the top layer of the soil. So that would add, not only by the root growth, everything, but also because of the leaf fall that would happen, it would add to the building up of soil organic carbon and water holding capacity. So that would restore its ability to sustain a crop, an agricultural crop. Third, the microclimate that would be formed because of the bamboo growing, would also act like a kind of a micro shelter belt.
It takes 20 to 30 years for degraded land to be rehabilitated naturally. Bamboo could speed up the process, and that was needed here.
We had to develop planting material quickly. They needed to see activity and something happening visually, because that is something that they can see. They need to touch and feel and see and experience by themselves.
Selecting the most suitable species was the next task. There are over 1,250 species of bamboo and India has 128 of them. The priority was to identify species that are hardy and could repair the degraded land. 6 such species were identified. Bambusa bambos, a hardy thorny bamboo. Dendrocalamus strictus, a densely tufted bamboo. Bambusa vulgaris CV striata, an ornamental plant. Dendrocalamus asper, an edible variety. Bambusa nutans, a medium-sized graceful bamboo. And Dendrocalamus giganteus, the tallest of bamboos. The selected species of bamboo were mass propagated through different techniques. Natural germination, tissue culture, vegetative propagation in the mist chamber, and even some innovative new techniques such as the flute technology were tried out in a bid to grow the bamboo fast. The seedlings were then transplanted all over the villages in bunds and the borders of fields.
The most hardy species, Dendrocalamus strictus and Bambusa bamboo, they were to start with given to the farmers. But now gradually we are introducing other species also. So species selection was in a global context, but the plantation was in the local context. We will be ensuring that whatever is the demand driven thing to be grown.
When the project began, there were just 19 trees here. Now most of the area is green. The overall microclimate has improved significantly. The water table, which had shrunk to 40 meters, is now up to 33.7 meters. The soil erosion has been checked. In no time, bamboo has made a difference to the environment. But bamboo's role was far from over. Now it had to play a part in addressing the sustainable development needs of the people. In 1996, when Indore had entered the Kotwa Rahimabad watershed, 80% of the people were below the poverty line. 72 hectares out of the 106 hectares of land was degraded. With no land available for cultivation, the landless as well as the landowners migrated in search of jobs.
यहाँ पे कुछ नहीं था, जंगल था एकदम। इस वक्त यहाँ पे किसी को आप ना देखते। आज से 4, 5, 6 साल पहले यहाँ पे इस वक्त कोई नहीं चलता था।
Today, the nursery provides employment to 100 locals, especially women. One among them is Shanti, a widow and a mother of 6, who earns a daily wage of 30 rupees. With more and more jobs available, nobody is below the poverty line. The mindset of the people has changed. Even a few landowners like Satyendra Dev Shukla, who had left Rahimabad village in search of jobs, have returned to their land. Shukla had leased out his 2 hectares of land to the brick miners, after which it lay barren for 8 years. But bamboo has changed it all. 4 years after he planted 200 seedlings here, he's got his first returns.
इससे आमदनी हमारी होती है लगभग 25,000 का साल, और हम इस बांस को बेचते हैं तो एक बांस हमारा 35 रुपये 40 रुपये में बिक जाता है, फुटकर में 50 रुपये में भी बिक जाता है। और जैसे किसी और को दिया हमने इकट्ठा ठेकेदार वगैरह को तो 25 रुपये 20 रुपये 35 रुपये में ले जाते हैं।
Uthan has dispelled several local myths about bamboo and showed how the giant grass with its sulfur-fixing properties can be a successful nurse crop. Farmers are being encouraged to develop scientific agroforestry models that revolve around bamboo. A glimpse of the bamboo medicinal plants model can be seen at the Uthan nursery. Someone who has adopted the bamboo agriculture model is Ramdhani Yadav of Kotwa village. He spent 500,000 rupees in levelling the 5-acre land that he's recently got back from the brick miners. On one part of his land, he set up a bamboo nursery with the idea of growing bamboo, wheat and vegetables. He hopes to earn 38,000 rupees per acre. That's 13,000 rupees more than what he used to earn when he leased the land to brick miners.
सबसे अच्छा तो यह है कि बांस की खेती किया जाए और दवाइयाँ उगाया जाए और मसाले की खेती किया जाए, ये बेस्ट है सबसे, इसमें काफ़ी लाभ है।
मतलब भट्टे को देने और इसके में अंतर बताइए।
अंतर यह है कि भट्टे में कम पैसा की आमदनी है, इसमें ज़्यादा की आमदनी है।
अगर देखा जाए तो जो बिल्कुल बेकार से बेकार जमीन थी, जहाँ पेड़ ही नहीं लगा था, न पैदाइश कुछ हो रही थी, न कोई गल्ला हो रहा था, कुछ नहीं हो रहा था, वो चीज देखने से लगा कि कम से कम वहां 1000, 2000, 4000 रुपया आज भी चाहे तो हम तुरंत तोड़ लें।
Very recently, Muhammad Tufail set up a fish pond in one of the wastelands nearby. But what's proving to be costly for him is providing the feed and medicines to the 500,000 odd fish in the pond. During the monsoon, Tufail plans to cultivate 120 bamboo clumps all along the bund and make it the ideal bamboo fishery model.
घास के पत्ते जो इसमें गिरेंगे तो काई बनेगी। काई जो है मछली बहुत ज़्यादा खाती है, उससे जो है उनकी बढ़ने की जो फ्रीक्वेंसी है वो तेज़ हो जाएगी, तो उससे जो है फ़ायदा हमको। बांस लगाने से हमें कम से कम 7 कुंटल का फ़र्क पड़ेगा, 3 कुंटल हमको देना पड़ेगा।
From the fields to the fish ponds to the dairy units, the use of bamboo is spreading. Be it the old traditional ways or newly learned uses, such as fodder for milch cows, villagers are discovering many more facets of this shoot. Firtu and his family seem to have been born with the skill of weaving baskets, but it's a serious occupation for them. Firtu sells his baskets in the nearby villages for anything between 30 and 60 rupees. He can't imagine life without these caring columns.
बांस से जिंदगी बस बांस ने मैं अपनी दूठे बाल बच्चे और हम बच्चे अपन पेट पाले जाए।
Development is simply seeing the difference in the living conditions of people over a period of time. When you start the project, you see people having no income, no employment, nothing. And over a period of time, after say a period of 2 years, 3 years, you come back and see the same people wearing reasonably good clothes to wear. Or even if you go from the point of 0 to 30 or 40, that is development. It's not necessary that you must go straight away to 100.
The mini green revolution has certainly changed the lives of the villagers, but there are still some concerns. What will happen when there is a surplus of bamboo here? Is there a big enough market locally?
किसी को मकान बनाना हुआ, वो हमसे खरीद लिए, चारपाई बनवाना हुआ, किसी की चारपाई बनती है। अब बाकी कोई ऐसे उस पर नहीं है, कोई सरकारी खरीदारी ऐसी आ जाए कि हमारा बांस साल में बिक जाए, 400-600 हज़ार बांस बिक जाए, ऐसी कोई स्थिति नहीं है। कोई 2 बांस ले गया, कोई 4 ले गया, कोई 6 ले गया, ऐसे नहीं बिकता तो ऐसे पड़ा रहता है।
To address this problem, the project is looking at creating new markets. For instance, an incense stick making unit has been set up here, which, despite frequent power cuts, still brings in tidy returns. Villagers are being encouraged to grow Dendrocalamus asper on a large scale, since the export opportunities for this edible bamboo are estimated to be worth 300 crore rupees or $60 million. As new vistas and new avenues unfold, bamboo fills the villagers with hope. From just 2 villages, the project is spreading to 96 villages in the same district. There are 30 million hectares of land in India degraded by brick mining, waiting for bamboo to play the rehabilitative role. At the end of the day, if Allahabad is the first destination of a long voyage, bamboo plays the role of a perfect navigator. Doesn't this metaphor lend itself to a folk legend? Who knows, by the next Mahakumbh Mela, grandchildren in Allahabad will be sleeping to bedtime stories about bamboo.